Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call hello Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Hamashiach, Barakathawash Rakah. That's all praises to the Most High. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the inhabitants of the earth ignorantly call Jesus Christ. So coming back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to show you the current state of Babylon the Great, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Uh, which is America, right? In Revelation, right? So we are living in the end of the Babylon, and we're watching it before our eyes, and so uh, going over the current state of this country, So let's tune in to Hannity from Fox News, right?
All right, thanks to Joe Biden's weak leadership, America's enemies no longer fear us and our allies no longer respect us. And it is more evident no matter where you look around the world.
Right. So yeah, that's I think that's um hold on, let me grab the scripture for that real fast. Salakia. Alright, Salakia for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go
Now,
back
the
over.
leader respect us if America's enemies. All right, thanks to Joe Biden's weak leadership, America's enemies no longer fear us and our allies no longer respect us. And it is more evident no matter where you look around the world.
Yeah, so that's Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So there was a point in time when America was the great superpower, the big bully on the block, man. And so he had the gun, he had the nukes, and no one else had those weaponry, and so no one can contest against him. But now those nations who seen that power, right, they put their agricultural resources into weaponry, right? And now they're saying they are not weak anymore, man. They are strong, right? Assemble yourselves together and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither to cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And so, verse 12, bro, we're waiting for that to happen. In verse 11, you seeing that happen before your eyes, you know. But right now, verse 10, right? This is happening right now, right? The weak is seeing that they're strong and they're contesting against the superpowers of the earth right now, which is America, right? And pretty soon we're going to see them assemble together, as it says in Revelation, the 10 horns shall hate the whore, right? The whore is America, and so I'm gonna leave the 10 horn for that's a separate breakdown, right? So that's what Hannity, right? That's what he's speaking, right? So verse 10 is here.
Now, the leader of our oldest ally, France, they're now suggesting, Macron is suggesting that Europe put some distance between itself and the U.S. So apparently they are ready to fight their own battles now. Good. We won't have.
Right. So what's that scripture? I think it's Revelation 17. Right. Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So you seeing these other nations, bro, they hating the way of how America is running the world right now, man. And so they trying to like separate themselves for it, bro. They hating the whore, right? And pretty soon they gonna join together and they gonna make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, bro. They gonna send nukes. They gonna help to send nukes on and destroy this place. You know?
Have to worry about Europe, the continent. They can handle, Macron can handle what's going on in Ukraine. And by the way, Egypt, another supposed friend who we send billions of dollars every year to, now they, according to reports, they want to send missiles to Russia, our adversary, to destroy the equipment that we have spent and sent to Ukraine. Oh, and by the way,
Right, yeah. That's just the precepts is just flowing, bro. That's Obadiah. Let's go there. That's Obadiah. Uh verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised, right? And so they starting to see that.
the only reason we know that, because all about Egypt, is because of that massive leak of highly classified intelligence that Biden seems so unconcerned about and has been unwilling to show us. And by the way, not that there's ever been any good handling.
Right, so this has got, like, Biden has got to be, my personal opinion, he has got to be the weakest president in all of America history, bro. Like, just absolutely the weakest, right? And so the nations are taking his weakness and using it to their advantage, man. That's why Russia invaded Ukraine during his presidency, right? He wasn't going to get much pushback for it. And so China is going to take that same chance, mimicking Russia to invade Taiwan, right? Because America, can't fight two wars at the same time. And then you got his allies distancing themselves from him, man.
Unwilling to show us. And by the way, not that there's ever been any good handling of classified information. Remember, Joe is facing his own, quote, document scandal. Congress is now finally going to get a look at just how much damage his carelessness may have done. But none of that can compare to the damage he's allowed China to inflict on the entire world. The Chinese are now actively rewriting the entire world order right in front of all of us, right under Joe's nose, taking full advantage of his total lack of any and all influence on the world stage and threatening any country, especially the U.S., that dares to support Taiwan's right to independence. They bought American farmland, ranch land. They have bought it near several of our key military bases. They flew that spy balloon all across the entire country. They were, in fact, collecting sensitive intelligence and sending it to China in real time. They've let the world know that they're ready for war with us on land.
Bro, you heard him, bro. Like the scriptures is coming to life. These nations are literally saying that was weak at a certain point in time. They saying that they are strong. The Lord said, "Prepare war," and so they're preparing war against the great beast, against the great horse, Salakia.
Sea and by air. And by the way, now they are signaling that Taiwan is next. An invasion is clearly imminent, and they're daring America to stop it. And as usual, Joe Biden is doing nothing in spite of all these threats. Here now with more, Florida Senator Marco Rubio is with us. Senator, good to see you. All right, I'm glad the Gang of Eight, as you call it, are getting the classified information. That's going to be very important. Here's my biggest concern, and you know a lot more about this than I do. So when President Trump was in office, we had an alliance, one that I never thought I'd see in our lifetime. The U.S., Israel, the Jordanians, the Egyptians, the Saudis, the Emirates. I didn't think I'd see that in our lifetime, but we had it all against Iranian hegemony and a nuclear-armed Iran. That has now deteriorated, and I believe because the world has watched and witnessed a cognitive mess as a U.S. president. And for example, Saudi Arabia has now aligned itself with China. China brokered a deal between the Saudis and the Iranians, is now brokering a deal between the Saudis and the Syrians. Now we have Egypt, where we send money to. They're going to be sending weaponry and help to Russia to aid in their battle against Ukraine. They were supposed to be our ally. They get billions of our dollars. My question is this. Now, from my perspective, I believe we are witnessing a new axis of evil emerge. Am I wrong, number one? And number two, am I wrong in thinking Joe Biden is incapable of dealing with it?
So, I mean, Sean, you just outlined a lot of what I was going to say. Look, we have a world that realizes we have a president that can barely put together complete sentences, appears incoherent, oftentimes doesn't even know where he is in many cases in some of these places. that allowed spy balloons to be flown over our head, that abandoned billions of dollars of American military equipment left over into the hands of the Taliban, and spends all day talking about electric vehicles and solar panels that he knows we're going to have to buy from China. We have a justice system that indicts political opponents and former presidents and leading presidential candidates, a justice system that infiltrates sources and tries to spy on Catholic churches, but allows criminals to destroy San Francisco and Baltimore and Detroit and Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles and Manhattan, you name it. We have a military that doesn't spend its time talking about new weapon systems or how to care for veterans that are committing suicides at historic rates. They spend their time talking about transgender issues. And
Right, and so this is why this is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? Revelation um what was that? Revelation 8? No, I think it was I think it was Revelation 9. Uh, nah, which trumpet was it? It was probably the next one over. Right, and their Revelation 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where our Lord also was crucified, right? So we are the body of Hamashiach, man. You know, you killing us, it's just like you killing the Lord, bro. So, um, and so Egypt, simply because of slavery, there's a reason why there's a pyramid on the back of your dollar bill, bro. This is all metaphoric speech, you know, that you're not going to understand unless you're keeping the laws of Moses, and you got to be a bloodline descendant of Israel too. You need these components to be able to understand Revelation, and you don't really need to understand all of Revelation because really Revelation um Revelation uh are prophecies or visions that John the Revelator is seeing. So like he's giving us a good picture of what's going to happen in the future. We don't know exactly how it's going to fall, like how exactly the cars is going to fall or reveal themselves or when exactly, but we know the battlefield playing field in which it's going to the conditions of which it's going to happen, so to speak, you know. But we don't have to like revelation is for us to always be on guard and watch. We supposed to always be watching for the words to get fulfilled or done, and come to pass, you know. So that's that right there, right?
all kinds of racial disparity stuff, not defending our country. We have a media that's become a joke, a media that's wasted 2.5 years of our time on a Russia collusion situation. Then they moved on from that to cover up the Hunter Biden situation. That's now a full-blown investigation. Our universities are a forum for crazy things to happen. You can't even speak on a university campus. People being assaulted by men wearing dresses and these violent protests and shutting down speech. And our culture, what is what we
And college is supposed to be the perfect place to debate, to you know, to have theological discussions. But these woke people on the left hand side, bro, they just completely shut down speech. It's just crazy, man. Like the kids that are growing up in this country, bro, like their minds is just nothing but filth. Like, what use are they? They unhealthy. They every single day they watch nothing but perversion and sex. You know, That's what's going to be on their mind, and then the music, it's like 90% of the time, about sex. This place has to be destroyed. This place gotta go. Fire is like, at this point, fire is the only thing that can cleanse all of this crap, bro.
We focused on as a culture. We're focused on the fact that now some man pretending to be a woman gets paid millions of dollars to sell Nike sports bras and Bud Light. So the world.
Right, yeah, and I seen that too. It was a great pushback when that transgender woman face was plastered all over the Bud Light damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh the Bud Light canister, right? So people seeing the man dressed as a woman on like they see those pictures on the Bud Light, and I'm like, hell no, I'm not buying that, man. You know? And that was what most Americans did, and so they lost a lot of money. But you see, they're pushing this homosexual agenda, bro. They're indoctrinating you to live a what's the word I'm looking for? They are indoctrinating you so you can live a life of death, right? It's like a death cult that they are pushing onto people, bro. Cause you going to the doctor to get your rock cut off, and you pretending that you're a woman now, bro. That's sickness, man. That's real sickness, bro. You don't help society doing stuff like that. And then when people bar you from coming around them, bar you from being members of parties or whatever like such, you know, you get depressed, you get alone, and then you want to kill yourself, bro. This is what's happening here in Babylon the Great. They don't put people in power like the best people for the job in power, bro. They put people in these seats of power that are easy to control. These rich people, bro. These lobbyists, bro. This is what's been going on for decades, man. And it's too late to stop.
Looks at that and said, this place is a laughing stock, and they react to it. And I could go on for an hour about all the things that we are being embarrassed on the world stage. Our adversaries are taking advantage of it, and our friends are saying, hey, we may have to go on our own here because these guys look like they're about to commit societal suicide.
And this is what America's doing right now. This is cultural suicide now. This is nothing but death is being promoted every single day. Nothing but death, nothing but weed smoking, having sex, bro, getting diseases, man, getting drunk, bro, partying, bro, uh, just doing dumb stuff, bro. Folly is set in great dignity here, man, as the scripture says. And folly is joy, right, to a fool. So we live in a country surrounded by nothing but foolish people. People that don't care about long life. People that don't care about longevity, man. But people here, bro, they love being abused. That because they don't speak out against this, bro. They love being gullible. They love not knowing a goddamn thing, man.
Let me ask you, I'll read you some headlines, if I may, Senator. China warns that its carrier killer missiles will wipe out any U.S. naval force sent to defend Taiwan. One, leaked intelligence shows China's hypersonic missile can penetrate U.S. air defenses. Three, Trump's EPA chief is warning that Biden is selling out U.S. energy policy and security to China. Four, China declares that its military is now capable of smashing Taiwan, and they're even going as far as to showing their battle plans on state-run television of exactly the targets that they plan to take out with Taiwan, and they're warning every country and directly threatening the United States that if we dare lift a finger to help our ally in the region, that they will target us and they will destroy us. How do you interpret that?
Yeah. Well, I interpret it two ways. Number one is, look, there's a capability gap that we have to close. We haven't invested in the things we need to because we've been focused on the Middle East. We've been focused on other parts of the world. There are things we're going to need to do to create deterrence against China and those systems that they're building. But one thing is ability, and the other thing is the willingness. And I want to be honest here, okay? I don't care if you're a left-wing Democrat. I don't care if you voted for Democrats. Ask yourself this honestly. Do we truly believe that the Chinese Communist Party and Xi Jinping is intimidated by Joe Biden and this administration, are worried about them? Do we really think that, guys? I mean, I think people need to be honest about that. This is not a president or an administration that commands respect, much less fear or concern on the part of our adversaries. That's why it's no mistake that the Taliban moved in the way they did and gave us 72 hours to leave before they slaughtered us, and in Afghanistan threatened to slaughter us. It's no coincidence that Putin moves on Ukraine, and it's no coincidence that China's ramping all this up right now. This administration looks like an incompetent band of fools, and it is embarrassing us in the eyes of the world, and it is encouraging our
Oh, what happened? Well, that was just straight fire right there, though. But I'm gonna close out on two more scriptures because yeah, he said just straight facts, bro. He's looking at the performance of the leaders, bro, and they look at making America, Babylon look foolish, man. Look weak, as he just adequately pointed out. So America's done. There ain't no saving this place, man. So let's get Isaiah 47 right from the top. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne." Right, this place is over with, man. It's just the only thing um that is still operating is because the Israelites is still here, man, working these stupid ass jobs here. It's only reason why it's still up, man. And pretty soon, like the jobs and the mirth of this place is going to be completely taken away, right? O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? For those who I'm gonna say that, well, no, that's talking about the Chaldeans and not America. Well, people don't understand prophecy, man. You know, so let's get Psalms 137, bro, to show you. Uh, let's go down to verse 7. Right, it says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon." So the Psalms is prophesying that Edom is the daughter of Babylon, bro. Who ought to be destroyed? Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us, right? But yeah, bro. So this place is this place here. This place is standing on one leg right now, man. And pretty soon that leg's gonna get chopped down. Better yet, that leg is gonna be burnt, you know, and it ain't gonna have no more legs to stand, right? So with that, I want to say, call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Kathab Lab Anaf Babar, Shalom.